Hey, this is Mad Movie Mark, the Mad Movie Mark Movie Review. Thank you for joining me as I review the 1929 Surrealist short film on Chien Andalou. Hey, there's no reason to be worried. This is going to be a good review, I think, I hope, though I am a little worried about this one, if I'm going to be honest. If you're joining me for the first time, I'm reviewing every movie in this book, the 1001 Movies You Must See Before You Die. On Chien Andalou is a about 16 and a half minute short film brought to us by Luis Buñuel and Salvador Dali. Now, I am a fan of Salvador Dali's paintings. I was lucky enough on my honeymoon to go to New York, where my wife and I went to the Museum of Modern Art, and we saw The Persistence of Memory, which is one of Dali's most famous paintings. You'll probably know it as the Melting Clock painting. This museum also houses Starry Night, so if you're a fan of art, it's a really great place to go. I thought it was absolutely mesmerizing. I enjoyed every second that I was there. Now, I want to preface this review by saying I have never been to film school. I've never taken a film school class. I am just a regular person who is watching movies, trying to watch the greatest movies in cinema of all time and give kind of the average Joe opinion of what I saw and what I think. I really tried to do a lot of research on Surrealist cinema and this movie before I pushed play on the camera, but the whole thing kind of confuses me a little. So Surrealist cinema is supposed to be rebelling against order and coherence, from what I understand. And Buñuel and Dali met together one day and they started talking about dreams that they were having. And Buñuel said he had a dream about someone's eye being sliced open, and Dali said he had a dream about like ants or bugs coming out of a hole in someone's hand. So they decided that they wanted to make this movie that they assumed people wouldn't like, from what I understand, because it goes against the norms and kind of the traditions and values of what other movies are doing at the time. It is a low budget film, and it's kind of like going against what society thinks is what you're supposed to do in films. It almost reminded me of another movie I watched called Multiple Maniacs, where I felt like they were doing the same thing, only that movie had a narrative and it had a plot and it had cohesion, where this one does not have plot or cohesion. It's just kind of, I don't want to say random images, because I think at the end of the day, what I read is it's supposed to be about finding love, or like the timeline of love throughout this movie, but it's lost on me. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I at the end of it, I had no idea what I had just watched or what was going on. And I think like any piece of art, like any work of art, there are people who can watch it and truly understand it and truly get it and get the meaning behind it and love the images and the imagery that they're seeing on the canvas or on film. And there's other people who are look at it and they're like, I don't understand this, I don't get it. I can try all day, every day, to appreciate what's happening here, and I just don't. And I think that I'm in that camp. There are a lot of things here that turn me off, but I mean, it's supposed to challenge what you think of as acceptable, right? So there's specifically a scene, well, in the very beginning, there's a scene where this guy is almost, he's groping this woman, and it almost seems like he wants to rape her. He wants to go after her, essentially, and he gets her cornered into the room, and when he tries to go after her, he ends up getting weighted down by these two beds and these like dead donkeys that are attached to the beds. And then later on, like at the tail end of the bed, there's two guys that are attached to it, and he just can't seem to get to the girl. So I don't know if that's supposed to represent like being weighed down in society, or I know when I have dreams and I'm trying to accomplish a certain goal in my dream, it almost never happens because I'm always stopped by something. There's always something that keeps me from accomplishing what I want to get to before I wake up. So maybe that's what's happening here, is that if he accomplishes the goal at the end of the dream, then there's nowhere for the dream to go. But if he's weighted down by something, then the dream can continue because he's not able to get to his destination. I really have no idea, but I really felt that this had to do with being weighted down by something, whether it be society or just in the dream itself. I really don't know. I'm just kind of trying to figure this out in my head as I go along. There's also a scene where this girl has a box and inside the box there's a maid outfit, and this guy who was on a bike earlier was wearing the maid outfit, which is not something that you would think that a guy would do. So is this box trying to hide the secrets that this guy has, because his maid outfit is in the box? A little bit like sort of in the beginning of the movie, the guy in the maid outfit who's riding the bike, he falls over for no reason, and she rushes out to greet him, and they kind of embrace, I think. Is this her telling him like he's fallen in society because he's wearing all of this maid outfit and the stuff that he's not supposed to be wearing, so he's like fallen in society, and she's going out there to embrace him and tell him it's okay? I really have no idea. I think I'm just trying to find meaning where maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe these are just supposed to be random images. I have no idea. I'm really trying here, I promise. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but I think at the end of the day, it's just dreams that they're having, and they're just showing like bits and pieces of these dreams. Though it does seem to always be about this couple. At the end of the movie, this couple is kind of, half of their body is on the beach, and they're both dead in the beach. Does that signify the end of the dream, and now they've woken up? I don't know, because it's supposed to be both of their dreams combined, so I really have no idea. I will, as much as I struggled here, I really tried. I will say that the whole rape scene kind of turned me off a little bit, though I was happy that he didn't actually get to his destination and he was weighed down by something. But the dead donkeys, I think, is really where I shut off a little bit. I can't watch animals that, even if it's not real, animals that are dead on screen. And I mean, these animals were bloody, and I mean, some people will see this as art. Some people will appreciate what's going on here. They'll have this great explanation as to why these donkeys are dead and why it's meaningful to this movie, I think. Like I said, I don't know if I'm supposed to find meaning in this movie. I really have no idea. Or am I just supposed to be watching these images as images on screen? And oh yeah, that's great art. I love that. You know, what's my reaction supposed to be here? So I wasn't a fan of the dead donkeys at all, and the grotesqueness, how grotesque it was. And I'm pretty sure that's what Dolly and Benel were going for. They wanted me to be grossed out by it, so they succeeded in that. But at the end of the day, even with the ants crawling through the arm, I was fine with that. At some point in this movie, there's like a severed hand, which is also like, I don't really care about that at all. But at the end of the movie, I really just didn't appreciate this as art. I really didn't see, I didn't enjoy any of it. You're not really supposed to enjoy it, but I didn't appreciate what they were doing. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I understand that this is groundbreaking, that this is incredibly influential. It influenced a lot of other directors and artists going forward to show that you can do something like on a shoestring budget that everyone can enjoy, that can be different than what everyone else is doing, that can challenge what everyone else is doing. You can say, look, like, I don't care if this is going to be popular. It probably won't be popular. I'm assuming it won't be popular, but this is the art I want to make, and this is what I'm going to make, and this is what I'm going to do. And if you guys don't like it, it's fine. But then everyone ended up liking it anyway. It was like super popular. But just the fact that you can go against the norms, you can go against society, you can make the art that you want to make, and you can tell the story or not tell a story that you want to tell. And if you have random dreams and you want to just put those random dreams on screen, as long as you can do it in a way that's, I mean, the cinematography is really well done. So as long as you can put it on screen in a way that looks good, then, you know, you can probably do fine. That's what I got out of it. This is a lot of rambling, but like I said, I have no history. I've never taken film school. I'm sure in film school they will explain this to you. They'll tell you what the imagery is. They'll tell you what the substance is behind it. They'll tell you everything you need to know. But I'm just a random guy who likes movies, who decided he wanted to tackle this book, and I'm doing the best I can. So I didn't enjoy this at all. If I'm going to be honest. I'm borderline hating this movie. I liked the jazz singer more. I would rather rewatch the jazz singer than watch this again. And that's saying something. I just don't want to ever see this again, if I'm going to be honest. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. This is not something that I would share with anyone. This is not... not something that I would ever suggest anyone watch. And I'm going to take a lot of heat, and everyone's going to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I shouldn't be doing movie reviews. I've heard that a lot, that I'm not an authority, that you can't just turn on a camera and start giving your opinions about movies. You have to have some kind of credentials before you do it. So I'm going to hear all this again. I'm sure everyone's going to tell me why I should stop doing this, and everyone's going to tell me that this ain't it, chief. But I'm fine with that. I'm still having a good time up here. I'm still enjoying what I'm doing. I'm honestly going to give this a 2 out of 10. It's not for me. I don't like it. I wish I could erase this from my memory, but it will probably never happen. So it is a 2 out of 10. I hope you join me next time when I don't even know what I'm reviewing next because I haven't watched it yet. But I hope you will join me for my next review. Thank you. Have a great day.